Okay, so I'm taking a shot at this lesson video. Hopefully I'm doing it correctly. One thing I see kids struggle with a lot of the times is distribution, as well as having problems that are equal to each other. So instead of seeing equals 5 or equals 10, if they see equals 4x plus 2, they immediately shut down. Another thing that they get really frustrated about is these fractions that they have to distribute. So I'm going to go over a couple of these real quick and hopefully fulfill the criteria of this math lesson video. For number 1 up here, hopefully I don't have a tripod, so I'm working with what I got. I got 2 parentheses, x minus 13 equals x minus 31. Okay, first thing we're going to do is the number outside of the parentheses we're going to distribute. So we're going to distribute the 2 into the x and the 2 into the negative 13. So after we do that, we're going to have 2x times 2 times negative. So you got to make sure you're looking at the positive and negative sign. So since it's negative, it's going to be 2 times negative 13, which is going to give you negative 26. And since we haven't did anything to this side, there's no distribution, we're just going to drop that down. So your equal sign is going to drop straight down, x minus 31. Okay, now it looks a little simpler, but the next thing we're going to do is get this x by itself. So we're going to minus this x, and then do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to minus this x. These are going to cross out. These are going to cross out. So you're going to have 1x minus 26 equals negative 31. Since we took away x on this side, we got to take x away on this side. We have to do things to both sides of the equal sign. So the x's are gone now. We're left with 1x over here. Since we took 1x away, we have 1x available left. So to get x by itself, we're going to have to get rid of this 26 and put it over here. So since it's negative 26, we're going to add 26 to each side. Okay? Negative 26 plus 26, that's gone. Okay? Negative 31 plus 26, I believe, is 5. So x equals 5. So doing all of this, you get to that. It's actually not that much work when you first look at it. Okay? Next thing I'm going to do is distribute fractions through the parentheses and finish with the distribution on the other side. So we're going to do the same thing. We're taking this 2/3 and we're distributing to both. Okay. Usually kids will have calculators in this situation, so you'll give them a calculator and tell them to do 2 divided by 3 times 9. Okay. So in their heads they're going to freak out and panic, which they always like, oh, I don't know how to do that. But all you have to do is just tell them to use a calculator and they'll be like, oh, that wasn't so hard. So what you should get is, where did I put my notes at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, so yes, so 2/3 of 9 is 6, so you're going to have 6x, and then 2/3 of 6 is going to be 4. So you're going to have 6x plus 4. You got rid of the parentheses, that's all gone. You're going to drop the equal sign down again. You didn't do anything to this side, so you leave that the same. You're going to have 4x plus 2. Okay, my marker's dying on me, so hopefully we can all see there. Next thing we're going to do is try to get x's on one side. So what we're going to do is, whichever one's, I usually say the lower number, so the kids have an automatic thing to go to. So since this 4x is smaller than this, we're going to drop 4x. That is gone. We're going to minus 4x to the other side where the x is at. So 6 minus 4x is going to be 2x. Okay? So we're just going to drop everything down that we haven't touched. So we have 2x plus 4 equals, all we have left here is 2. You can leave a gap in here to show the kids that's going to be 0 now, because it's the same thing if you want. If not, just leave it blank. Okay, so now we need to get the x by itself still. So then we're going to take this 4 and we're going to move it to this side so the x is by itself. So we're going to do minus 4 minus 4. Okay, 4 plus, or positive 4 minus 4 is 0. So we don't need to write anything, we just cross that out. The 0 is gone. So you'll have 2x equals 2 minus 4 should give you negative 2. Okay. So we still need x by itself, so when there's nothing else we can do, when you have 2x equals a whole number, you're just going to divide by whatever number the x has. So in this case, we're going to do divided by 2, and we do everything to both sides of the equal sign, so divided by 2, and you should have, this is gone, so you'll have x by itself equals negative 1. Negative divided by a positive is going to give you a negative. So your answer here will be negative x minus 1. Okay, moving on to the third and final problem I have. It's another fraction problem. So first thing we're going to do again is distribute. So we're going to take this 3/4, put it into there, and then into this 16. So 3/4 of 4 is going to give you 3. So you're going to have 3x. So have the kids put it in the calculator so they don't freak out. 3x plus 3/4 of 16 is going to give you 12. Okay, this is a plus sign because we have two positive numbers. So multiplication, positive and a positive will give you a positive. Okay, they might freak out now because, well, there's not a plus 6, plus 7, plus 8, depending on the students that you have. Some of them are visual and they actually really want to see that. So you can go ahead and put plus 0 just to make it look like every other problem. But for this case, we're not going to do that. We're just going to get rid of it. Oops, that didn't erase very well. We're going to leave that like that. So we just have 7x on this side. From here, it's pretty simple. We need to get the x's together. So let's do minus 3x, since it's the smaller number, minus 3x over here. This 12, we can do nothing with it. We're going to drop it down. 12 equals 7 minus 3, which should give you 4x. So when you have x with a whole number, negative or positive, you need to get x by itself, you divide. So in this case, since 4x, we're going to divide by 4. Divide by 4. Your answer should be x equals, should give you 3. Correct. That is the right answer. 3 equals x is also the same as x equals 3. A lot of the times kids, like I said, are visual and they want the same thing. If you need to show them that x equals 3, go ahead and do that. It's whatever's easiest for the kids. Hopefully I did this whole project the correct way. Yeah, so basically, like I said, I found this to be one of the most challenging things. I work at a high school right now as a para, and anytime the kids see equations that are equal to each other, or when they first have to distribute, or when they have to distribute fractions specifically, they freak out. But really, if you just kind of make it simple for them and explain to them that it's just a couple steps, usually they actually enjoy it. You know, a lot of kids actually like getting on their calculators and doing it that way. That's why I always encourage kids to use calculators on this, because a simple step like -2 divided by 2, you might just think 1 and they'll write 1, but if they're putting it into their calculator, they will get that negative and get the correct answer. So little things like that I always think are important, but hopefully this works, and sorry for the bad camera angle. I didn't bring